Hi, I'm Gwen, and here I am on the bus off to my first date. Yes, finally my childhood crush asked me out, and today we're gonna have lunch together. I was wearing my best dress, and I didn't want to risk anything. But then suddenly, a woman got on the bus with her 2 babies and sat next to me. And in seconds, she made one baby sit on my lap. And just as I tried to give her back, the baby puked all over my dress and face. Oh my God! I just shoved the baby back in that lady's hands and got off the bus. This was supposed to be the best day of my life. It's all because of that kid. I called my crush to tell him the whole story, but he just texted me calling me a weirdo. I lost my only chance with him, and now I was covered in puke. Perfect. The next evening at school, I was looking to confront my crush, but as I was crossing the kindergarten block, I slipped in the hallway and fell down, pulling a "Don't Step on Me" board by the side. I was about to get up when a little boy came out of nowhere, ran over me, and stepped on my hand. A few other kids followed, and they all stepped over me. Ugh! I just hate kids! They're intolerable. And this time, I was not letting them go. I got a grasp of the last kid, pulled him by his shirt, and lifted him up. His legs were swinging in the air, and he started to scream. That was fun. Amidst the mess, I almost forgot I was running late for work. I worked at a restaurant to gather money for my college, but unfortunately my stepmom, Janet, works there too. With Mom and Dad gone, I'm left alone with Janet. She not only hated me, but she was also super jealous of how the customers always tipped me more and never her. I never knew that jealousy would turn out so cruel. Until one day, I was serving a new customer who had come in to celebrate their anniversary. Janet handed me a covered dish saying that it was an anniversary gift from the chef for the couple. I got it and took it to their table. They opened the lid and their eyes grew wide as they looked up at me angrily. There was a dead rat on the plate. I screamed. They did too, and the manager obviously fired me instantly. And I lost my job. I don't understand what to do. I need a job to go to college, but I just can't find any.
Gwen, there's a job for you. It's handsome money. Remember that huge mansion near my house? Well, he's looking for a nanny for his 5-year-old, and it's paying $1,000 for a day.
Babysitting a kid? No thanks. Hey, you know my deal with kids. I hate them. I can't stand them at all. I continued looking for jobs elsewhere, but nothing turned out well. Back at home, Janet started torturing me, asking for money. Once she denied giving me breakfast, saying I'll only get food when I pay for it. Gradually, I had no other choice but to take up the nanny's job. I went to the mansion and met the rich man, Rob. He paid me in advance and said that he'll be back in 2 days. He then introduced me to his little daughter, Casey.
Hi, Gwen. I love your name, and you're so pretty. We're gonna play a lot.
Won't you look at her, all smiling as if she isn't one notorious kid? Huh. I calmed myself down, saying it was just a matter of 2 days and good money. Soon, the rich man left, and I was left with the kid and her 20 maids. Casey tried to get me to play with her, but I just wouldn't risk it.
Can we make pancakes together, Gwen?
Oh, little sweet cake. You have maids for that. Go ask them.
It'll be fun. Dad said you'll do everything for me.
And I had no choice but to go with her to the kitchen. Then I cut my hand while trying to cut some fruits for her. But Casey just rushed to reach her first aid box and started to treat my hand. I couldn't help but smile because she didn't even know what to do. Maybe she really is as innocent as she looks. Casey, it's okay. I'll tell you how to do that. I instructed her, and she put on a Band-Aid very well and clapped her hands happily. I have hated kids all my life, but Casey started melting my heart. I even played with her, and she was the happiest.
Next, let's go through my old family pictures. Please, I'll show you my granny and grandpa and everyone.
Let's go. I'll race you to your room. We ran upstairs, and Casey pulled out a photo album from her room and started telling me stories behind all the pictures, one by one. But then, one picture caught my eye, and my heart skipped a beat. I pulled the picture out of the album to ensure, and yes, it was my mom. How did my mom's picture end up here? Casey, do you know this woman?
I don't know who that is, but she looks like you.
What the freaking frogs? If that's not Casey's mom, why is her photo in this house? Was there any other secret hiding in this house? I gotta find out. I waited until Casey's dad came back home to ask him about my mom's picture. But things don't always go as planned, does it?
I heard you've been great company for Casey. Here's another $1,000 for taking care of my daughter so well. Thank you, Gwen.
I quickly gathered all my courage and pulled out my mom's picture that I had taken from the photo album and showed it to him. His smile disappeared. I found this picture in your old photo album. It's my mom. How do you know her? Why do you have her picture with you? Do you know her?
No! I don't know who that is or what you're talking about. Now get out of my house or I'll have the guards throw you out.
Saying that, he took the picture from me and tore it apart. Before I could say anything, he called the guards who saw me out. I saw Casey crying behind me. She looked sad, and I felt bad parting with her, too. When I reached home, the living room was not the same as before. Janet bought a new sofa, a new TV, and a new table. Whoa, I was gone for 2 days, and suddenly Janet is all rich. Did you win the lottery? Where'd you get money for all these expensive things?
Oh, since you were gone, I got so bored that I decided to raid your room. And guess what I found? A stack of money under your bed and an old tiara. I thought of investing them in something good. Am I not the best?
You did what? Are you out of your mind? That was my college money. And that diamond tiara was the only thing I had left of Mom. You had no right.
Diamond? Real diamond? Oh, God. That man fooled me by saying that it was an antique. I must go to him at once.
She was unbelievable. How could she stoop so low? I couldn't even stand the sight of her. I quickly packed my bags and left the house in tears. As I walked down the street, it was getting dark. I decided to sit in the nearby park for some time. Then, I heard screams from far away getting closer and closer.
Casey! Honey, I'm sorry. Please come out.
Wait, was that Rob? Why was he calling out for Casey? I quickly ran towards the voice, and yes, it was Rob.
It's you again. It's because of you that my Casey's run away. She kept asking me to get you back. I said no, and then suddenly she ran out.
Ran out? Oh no. Oh, wait, I think I know exactly where she might be. I remember her telling me about the cave in this park. It's her hiding place whenever she's sad. She must be here. I ran towards the cave and found Casey sleeping there in the cold. I quickly pulled her out and gave her my sweater. Casey, are you okay? Are you cold? I hugged Casey tight.
Honey, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you or make you sad.
He then took us to his mansion, and Casey didn't let go of me the whole time.
I'm mad at Daddy. I don't want to talk to him, Gwen. I like you. I want to come and live with you.
Now how do I tell her I don't even have a place for myself to live?
Hun, what about Gwen living with us? Daddy's sorry. Daddy's realized his mistake. He's been a bad brother, and now he can't be a bad uncle too, right?
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm following. He looked at me and held my hand. What was going on? Just as we reached his mansion, he told me something that was the biggest shock of the day for me.
Gwen, your mom? She's my sister. She left home to marry that poor dad of yours, and we haven't heard from her since then. We were all mad that she chose him over us, her own family. But now, I realized my mistake. She's my sister after all, and you're my niece, my only niece. Mom and Dad will be so happy to have your mom back, and they'll love you. Will your mom forgive us?
So, you're my uncle? And I have grandparents? But Mom died giving birth to me, and my dad died a few years back, leaving me alone with my stepmom. I'm sorry, Uncle Rob, but she... Rob fell on his knees and started to scream and cry.
What? Your mom's gone? No, that can't be.
He hugged me and apologized to me. He said he had no idea that Mom was gone. I hugged him back. Rob asked me to move to his mansion, and Casey was so excited that she was jumping with joy. That wasn't it. Rob took legal actions against Janet for staying in my house. Turned out that the house was under my name. He threw Janet out of the house, and she deserved it. Rob even took me to my grandparents. They were so happy to see me that they wouldn't even let me out of their sight. I also applied for Harvard with my small savings and got in. Everything that I ever dreamt of has come true. I have a loving family now, and I got into my dream college too. My life was finally getting better.